Watch the turrets. Their shuttles were equipped with the best defenses. We could at least try to remove some of their armor plating and patch up the holes on Normandy. Apparently, we won't find any survivors here either. Hey, a door! How unexpected. This container seems familiar. Isn't it the capsule containing one of those ugly gouging hybrids that you irresponsibly launched to the surface of the planet? I hope it was empty already, because there's no sign of the mutant itself. These tracks don't bode well. I can't imagine how hard the blow was. It seems to be the only way to get to the military shuttles. I suggest we turn back and try to find a safer place to loot. Now you face a fine under Clause 867A of the agreement for damaging the spacesuit with slime of an unknown origin. These are the tracks of the survivors. It's a shame they are bloody. I've detected some signs of an unknown infection on this body. According to Intergalactic Regulation Number 6, you must take some samples. There is a chance that the death was due to a huge hole in his stomach, and there are no traces of infection besides common acne on his face. Still, it's better to be safe and send the sample to Earth. Otherwise, it might turn out like in 2020 with COVID-19, but only we will be the ones to blame. There was a real massacre here not so long ago. What is this thing? Throw it away. Judging by the tangled footprints leading from the cabin, the mutant attacked these unfortunate fellows and got drunk on their blood, which had a lot of something alcohol containing in it. After the invention of artificial intelligence, there was no sense in having mathematical... I wonder if the inventor would have evaded criticism if he had made it in the shape of a female hand. By the way, there's a chance that these are the only survivors besides us and your interlocutor with a strange accent. To be more precise, they were the only survivors until you launched a capsule with a mutant at them. What the? Run! It's definitely the mutant from the capsule. I hope it won't be able to get in there and come after us, but we'd better get out of here. By the way, we found the shuttles. All the shuttles are damaged. However, we only needed their armor plates in the first place. I don't understand mutant language, but it definitely wants to kill us. It's close. This shuttle has armor plates. You should hurry up. We need to get out of here. The shuttle is under repair. We need to examine it. These sounds aren't good. Looks like it's the control panel for the jack. Here it is, an armor plate that we can use to close the hole in the pole. They haven't done well. You need to tear off the brackets and lower the jack. Great. It remains only to lower the jack. I didn't think that the weight of the plate was more than 900 kilos. Maybe we should take a closer look at it. Judging by the remains of the mutant, the plate is really heavy. It doesn't look like we can carry it. This is a mechanic from some other game. We don't have any strength at all. It's time to go back. I hope it was the only one here. I don't know what this monster would have done to us if it had caught up with us, but did you see its terrible animations? I've never seen anything like it. It's definitely the most creepy creature in the universe. It looks like a technical corridor. We can use it to go back so we won't have to crawl through the ventilation system. Some more traces of slime. The mutant clearly used the technical corridor. By the way, I wonder how many mutants survived the flight to the planet. Ah, here's the way out. Probably. And yes, I was right. We got back to Normandy. Great. I recommend that we get out of here as soon as possible. We can't install any armor plates. We can't steal any shuttles, so we have nothing else to do here. By the way, while we were running from the monster, someone patched up our hole and put armor plates on the hole. Probably it's the local repair team who worked on it when they noticed the identification marks on Captain Shepard's ship. So it turns out that we could have stayed in the shuttle all this time. I don't think we should ever visit this place again. Skill is absolutely unimportant here. These weapons have a simplified artificial intelligence with a self-learning system, and they simply adapt to have no detailed information about the liner's cooling system in my database, but I'm sure you'll have to find something and break something. I wonder if you can call icicles icicles in zero gravity. Technically, they form in a different way, which means they must have another name. Orbicles, for example. Or, expandicles, bursticles, pressuricles. I don't know. I'll allocate one of my processors for generating the name, perhaps. It looks like this is not a passageway leading to the dome, but a temporary storage module. I didn't know it was located in this part of the liner. So it is. These are temporary storage refrigerators. Everyone who was lucky enough to die during the flight on the liner was placed here, and according to my data, there were many of them. Blunt force trauma to the head? Nothing interesting here. Very interesting. The design of these refrigerators is not that simple. If I had more information, I could make a useful blueprint for Normandy. This boulder could be named in your honor. Just look at all the stuff it destroyed. Everything is blocked with ice further on. It's unlikely we'll be able to break through. I have no idea what it is or how it works. This is clearly not just simple steam, but something much colder, although you could get under the dome from here. Despite the damage, the nitrogen valve control unit in this refrigerator remained intact. Very interesting. Interesting. The deceased has no pathologies or external injuries. He's healthier than you. Now everything is clear. I must say, it looks pretty accurate. He even died awkwardly, like the character in that series. Amazing! I can't imagine how this happened, but by looking at the junction box in his hand, I can make a rough diagram of how to connect the refrigerator. Looks like I figured out the general concept of integrating thermal control systems, even though I don't have an engineering chip installed in me. All that's left is to study the cooling system controller and figure out where to get the working fluid. Then we can assemble a cooling unit for Normandy. Simple as pie. Now it's clear how to disable the flow of nitrogen. Turn the A02 valve all the way to the right, then the 3 nitrogen reduction valves. Turn the B6 valve to the left at a 30-degree angle. Don't forget to depressurize the valve. Well, or like this. All right, time to check the dome. The cooling system controller should be here somewhere. We're looking for some sort of a, box? No, probably a computer, or a room, or maybe a data block, or a barrel with a button. I haven't fully studied what it should look like. Wait a second, this mosaic. So that's why your relative's face seemed so familiar to me. An employee pass is required. I wonder if a handy scrapper will do, or if you'll have to search the bodies. According to some sketchy fragments of data, I assume that it might be the office of your grandpa and his team. Did you know that he was supposed to be on board the liner? Solids detected. The deceased is on the ship's crew lists. I've checked. I don't know why, though. The crew was killed shortly before the crash. They didn't even have anything to defend themselves with. I noticed that it's enough for a human to get one hit in any part of the body to die, whereas coffins only die when certain points on the head and stomach are damaged. It's a good thing you only need to pass from a corpse, but not the corpse itself. Apparently, your grandpa was supposed to fly as a crew member and monitor the Corps' activity. I wish I'd had a chance to talk to him. Someone's been looking for something here. I wonder what it was. Isn't this the brilliant scientist who disappeared with his grandson after claiming to have invented the portal gun? A masterpiece. Or rather, it used to be a masterpiece. Most likely, the liner's core was remotely controlled from here, but someone broke everything. What a great relation. I remember that event. I was at the dry cleaners after an unpleasant incident at the time, and while they were cleaning my circuit boards, I was taking a peek at the TV with literally just one of my sensors. According to my data, this planetarium has the most detailed map of the galaxy. We could really use it right now. I think the controller must be here somewhere. Here it is, the cooling system controller. I told you it looked like, this. Either the controller is broken, or we don't have access. In any case, okay, I see. All right. Enough damage. I've made a blueprint of the cooling unit. You can feel how hot my logic board is. No less than 85 degrees. It's hot, isn't it? Just like Normandy's core, which we need to cool down already. However, I have some unpleasant news for you. I found out where to find the working fluid for the cooling unit, but you are unlikely to like it. In any case, we will need a drill and moral depravity. All the equipment was destroyed, and someone took all the data blocks. I can't stop thinking about your brilliant relative. He clearly worked here and designed many of the liner's systems. Could the accident have been caused by someone who needed his body or the data from his office? Yes, that's right. The working fluid is inside of them in the area of the bladder. We really need it, but they don't. Another elderly person with cardiac failure. I don't envy their funerary spacesuits. It must be so the working fluid, no doubt about it. That should work. When installing it, don't touch the core shell. Great, it works! At least now you won't get fried inside of me and smear my lining with your combustion residue. No, there is definitely something wrong here. I tried to track the flight path of your relative's body using the information of the coffins we opened earlier. He disappeared right after you lost him. Moreover, the other coffins didn't receive either any signal about the destruction of the coffin or its coordinates. It looks like some pastures for synthetic cows. Someone surely didn't know a better way to invest their money. There's no data on the passengers who lived in such modules, but ordinary people could definitely not afford it. I'm sure there's something interesting under this dome. There might even be a whole spaceship. We can dock here. Without a doubt, it's a luxury habitation module. Someone was dragged out into the corridor. Both corpses belong to the leaders of the Green Universe. I had the impression that all the important people of this organization were flying in this module. A very useful thing in space. I've no desire to open the coffins, but now I'm sure they work on the energy produced by the decomposing bodies in them. It's disgusting and brilliant at the same time. I've no doubt about the benefits of vegetarianism, especially for herbivores. If only it could help against blasters. He was shot everywhere. By the way, that's Banana Frank. He's presumably one of the leaders of the Green Universe. What a big corpse. I won't be able to scan his face since it's no longer there, but I can assume from his shape that it's the head of the Green Universe Department on Kepler 62, Fat Jim. I'm sure Jim got fat on grass and humility because eating condensed milk is not a bad way to get fat, but a bad way to die after that. The ingredients of this product have long raised questions among doctors. They both died in the fight, though I haven't fully figured out which part of the coffin can be shot through to disable it. I don't know why they took off his mask. It obviously didn't interfere with scanning his eye. A Green Universe logo. It's rather peculiar, I must say. It's locked from the inside and welded shut from the outside. This type of door is unfamiliar to me. It's probably some military project. A yellow press article. Sometimes it has more information than an entire department of detectives, especially incompetent ones. It looks like all the doors are locked, and I don't know how to open them. Seems like this robot tried to make itself wired, but it only burned out. By the way, the coffins clearly don't have external charging ports. This door is also unfamiliar to me, but it's clearly from a different series. It looks like he's from the Green Universe, and apparently he hasn't heard about the dangers of a circular saw blade on an angle grinder. Despite his foolish death, this man clearly knew about the weak point in the door's design and tried to open it. I can modify the angle grinder's blueprint a little so that we can continue the dead man's work of destruction and get under the dome. He was dragged out of the cabin to unlock the door. A retinal scan is an extremely unpleasant method of data protection, especially for the owner of the retina. I doubt anyone survived here. Assembled a real... What is that? You read my instructions, didn't you? The door is loose. Just kick it out. I was expecting a slightly different result, but this will do as well. They tried to open the doors from the inside, but they got badly injured and lost too much blood. A real forest in the middle of space. It's not very rational, but impressive. Judging by the signals, the robot has been damaged. Only this looped part of the program remains. Ugly creatures. The orders to the activists didn't have this information. It's unlikely that they would have agreed to be disposed of, and the binary code in the note raises the question, who was this note intended for? Careful, active anti-asteroid protection. We could use it, by the way. We need to summon bypass protection without breaking it. These wires lead to the shuttle, and judging by the markings, they are designed to power light weapons. I've wanted to ask you for a long time about your warm relationship with the chicken, but I won't say anything. By the way, the anti-asteroid protection is deactivated. The shuttle's registration number is hidden. Given that the leaders of the Green Universe were in the habitation modules, there was someone even worse here. It can't be. This is the personal shuttle of Frederick Momoni, leader of the Green Universe. And it looks like these are his personal body parts. The communications node was hacked, if I may say so. It looks like someone was simply using the Green Universe activists, and none of the orders came from Mr. Momoni at all. It could be that Frederick is ill, but it's more likely that someone had killed him long before the liner took off. And here is the anti-asteroid splendid. Now we only need to find a few rare parts. So, the main leader of the Green Universe is long dead, the other leaders are killed, and the crash was initiated by some unknown people who control the coffins. Sounds like a B-action movie script. They didn't even spare the cows. There's no connection between the maintenance team and the Green Universe. His murder was meaningless. I want to believe that Breathedge is not involved in all this, but I must inform you that when you assigned the contract for the funeral, you agreed to everything in the terms of service. To absolutely everything. Despite the obvious signs of some large-scale conspiracy, I still have the feeling that the catastrophe was accidental. I can't figure out what the hypothetical terrorists might have gained from the complete destruction of the liner. Most likely, the activists of the Green Universe were following orders to capture the liner and then simply screwed up, which is confirmed by some of our findings.
У тебя глаза зеленые, как и весенняя трава, губы алые, брови черные и кудрява голова, а головушку кудряву